Now, ahead of the much-anticipated talks, President Yoon held separate bilateral meetings, beginning with Chinese Premier Li Qiang. After a month-long tension between Seoul and Beijing, the two agreed to restart strategic dialogue and cooperation. Our Oh Soo-young has the details.
South Korea and China will form a new security dialogue and resume free trade agreement negotiations, signalling a major move to thaw their frosty diplomatic relations. This came as South Korean President Yoon Soo-young met with Chinese Premier Li Qiang on Sunday, a day before their trilateral summit with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Seoul's Principal Deputy National Security Advisor Tae-hyo said Yoon and Li agreed to establish a new high-level diplomatic and security dialogue in a 2+2 format of defense and foreign affairs officials. The inaugural session is scheduled for mid-June. The two sides also decided to resume Phase 2 negotiations on the South Korea-China Free Trade Agreement. The discussions will aim to expand the trade of goods to include sectors such as culture, tourism, and legal services. The two sides are also set to launch an export control dialogue to strengthen supply chain cooperation and revive an investment cooperation committee after 13 years. Yoon and Li further agreed to bolster people-to-people exchanges and jointly address transnational crimes such as drug trafficking, fraud, and illegal gambling. The range of agreements to strengthen communication and cooperation follows months-long tension between the two countries, which largely began after Beijing in 2016 rolled out economic measures to punish South Korean businesses over Seoul's decision to deploy a US missile defense system to deter North Korea's growing nuclear and missile capabilities. In recent months, Beijing has also slammed Seoul and Tokyo as they strengthen their relations and trilateral cooperation with the United States in not only security, but also supply chains and cutting-edge technologies. Yoon and Li agreed on the need for mutual respect and communication to improve their bilateral ties.
저는 한중 양국이 우리의 양자 관계뿐만이 아니라 국제사회의 평화와 번영을 위해 긴밀하게 협력해야 한다고 생각합니다. 최근 양국 간에 다양한 분야에서 장관급 대화가 재개되고 지방정부 간 교류도 활성화되고 있습니다. 양국이 앞으로도 계속 교류와 협력을 강화하고 서로 존중하며 공동 이익을 추구해 나가기를 희망합니다.
The Chinese side would like to work together with South Korea to become good, trustworthy neighbors and partners who support each other to achieve success.
While Yoon and Li mainly focused on economic issues, with limited time for more sensitive geopolitical matters, a presidential official told reporters that Yoon addressed North Korea's nuclear capabilities and military cooperation with Russia. In recent years, Beijing and Moscow have vetoed about a dozen Security Council attempts to slap stronger sanctions on Pyongyang, despite its growing belligerence. Yoon urged China to fulfill its role as a bastion of peace and as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. His official warned North Korea's launch of a military reconnaissance satellite using intercontinental ballistic missile technology looks imminent, with the regime possibly carrying out other missile provocations. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.